one of the things with the core values is not only for our patients, but also for our team members. So when I wrote the core values, I wrote them around that. So anytime I would do reviews with my team, I would review them on the core values. The core values isn't just something that you talk about or you memorize or you read it off of a piece of paper. It's the rules of engagement. It's the heart of what you do. It's how you're going to carry out the mission and the vision of the organization. So, for instance, as you already know, our core values at MedPro Dojo is open, honest communication, trust and respect, continued education, innovation, personal responsibility, and accountability. So how do we look at that as a team? Well, are we open and honest in our communication with each other? For the most part, yes. Sometimes we're not, and we have to say, hey, if I send you a chat or I send you an email, or we're having conversations, we need to be open and honest how we're thinking, because we can't solve things that are reserved or held back inside. Trust and respect is that we already give that because of who you are. And sometimes people have to earn back respect because they're not showing up the way that the policies of the organization state. Innovation. Are we looking at new ideas? Are you bringing new ideas to the table? Are you helping to move company forward? Continued education. We want to innovate, but we always want to be learning new information to stay on top of the curve, if you will. So it's important that we're always learning. There's a book to be read, a script to be drilled, a webinar to be watched, whether it's in our organization at MedPro Dojo or even with the clients. And then personal responsibility. This is a big one that most people deflect off of themselves. Is like, oh, it's because so-and-so didn't give me this thing, that's why I wasn't able to do it. No, how can we be more personally responsible, saying, I didn't do the thing that I said I was going to do. I acknowledge that. I'm apologizing, and I'm going to make it go right. And I'm going to have this done for you by Monday morning at this time. Then the accountability portion comes into that, saying, okay, I'm going to hold you accountable at Monday morning at this time. You and I are going to jump on a call and you're going to show me. So whether that's in MedPro Dojo or in a clinic, these were the same values in my clinic, because not only could I apply them to my team, I could apply them to the patients as well. When I'm doing their re-exams, I'm saying, is this person operating off of the core values? Even though they don't know what our core values are, our staff does, because it's an integral part of who they are. So is the patient having open, honest communication? Are they doing their home exercises? Are they taking the home nutrition that they're supposed to be doing? Have they modified their diet? We can hold them accountable, which is the later part of one of our core values, through something called Body Sight. There's so many tools out there to stay engaged with your patients to ensure that they're moving forward to their goals. Trust and respect, that's just a given. They're going to trust and respect the office because of the services that you're providing, the way that you communicate, and because your team operates off of the core values themselves. Again, core values isn't something that you should just run through, go through the motions on, or just say out loud. It should be a part of who you are. And then we do re-exams with the patient and saying, are they continuing to learn? We're asking them, show me how you're doing your home exercises. How many times a week have you done that? Have you looked at any other things or found any other exercise or activities that you can be doing? So that's a way to educate themselves, but also innovate on their treatment in the office. And that also goes for us. If they're not getting the results that they desire to have, how can we innovate on their care? How can we look at the toolbox that we have and all the services that we provide to be able to innovate and try something different that might get the patient the desired result? So that's the direction we always want to move in, and that we're continuing to educate the patient. Every single encounter that they come into the office, we're continuing to educate. This has to be an every time thing. We're apprenticing them to be lifetime patients, to always think of us first, when they're not feeling well, when they're not functioning well, they're going to come to us first because we're going to actually do something for them, not just do something to them as far as a diagnostic test, but we're actually going to help change the condition of where they're at. Personal responsibility. We check in with them saying, are you doing your home exercises? Are you taking your nutrition? And then that's also being accountable to our patients. You hear me say this all the time. The front desk becomes the accountability partner on ensuring that that person gets through the entire recommended treatment plan with all of the visits completed, everything that's paid up. And then we have the rehab technicians that are the accountability partner in the office because they're seeing them on a day-to-day basis, making sure they're doing their home exercises, making sure they're doing their nutrition, or any other things that have been assigned to them. So you see, the core values are not just a thing, it's how we live. It's the rules that we live by. It's the guiding post that helps us to move closer to the mission, the vision, or the purpose that we have, in our personal life, in the workplace. So not only are core values applied to the team, but from the team to the patient and the patient in their journey for health. And so we should always be teaching our patients how to be empowered and then emboldening even our patients to go out and live an active, healthy lifestyle that their body was designed to do by God, and that's to heal, maintain, and regulate itself. And that's our responsibility to the patient, is to educate them, to hold them accountable, to help them be personally responsible and have good, open, honest communication. Now, your core values may not be the same as my core values, but do you see how my core values are a part of everything that I do? I would encourage you to create core values that are part of everything that you do, and then figure out a way to really titrate that down onto the rest of your team so it becomes the essence of who they are, how they operate, how they help your patients. And this is where people stay for a long time. This is relational stuff. If people are just going through the motions and doing a job, then they'll just get a paycheck and move on to the next thing when it comes around. But really get people working off of the purpose internally too. What do they want to create? What do they want to have? What do they enjoy doing? How do they enjoy serving or contributing to the world? And putting all of that into your practice, that's how important core values are to me. So don't let your staff just read it off of a piece of paper. Make them talk about it, share stories on it, do reviews based off of your core values, and then you'll get a practice that is deeply rooted in culture and will help get the results for the patients and for themselves in life, because we come to work to be able to support all the other things that we enjoy to do: our homes, our cars, our vacation, our kids, our family, our food, all of the other things that we take care of. That's the exchange. But if we're going to do it from a deep place of passion and conviction. So that's my story on core values. I hope that helps you. We'll see you next time. Be blessed. Be a blessing.
If this helped, give this video a like and share it with someone who needs this.